Hi and welcome along to AFTV. We've got a very, very special guest with us today, Mikey Poulli. Now, Mikey Poulli is a talented footballer. He's a big Arsenal supporter, right?
Yay!
All right. Massive Arsenal supporter. And he's here to tell us his story today. Now, I'm gonna start with your dad, just before we come to you, Mikey, yeah?
Okay.
Right? His videos have gone viral everywhere. He's been interviewed by Piers Morgan, Ian Wright the other day I saw doing some stuff with him.
Andy Gray.
Who else?
Richard Keys, and
Who else?
that other lady on London Tonight.
Oh yeah, ITV News. Yeah.
You've been everywhere, haven't you? You've been everywhere, right? And it's a great story, right?
Yeah.
And we're here to hear your story and also to raise awareness, right? And Dad, tell us about, how this all started, how Mikey has become this sort of internet sensation because of his footballing skills and the fact that he's an Arsenal lover.
So, obviously, he started losing his vision, but he always wanted to play football. So over the last few years I've been recording him playing football, and I posted a video on Twitter about a month ago now. It hasn't actually been that long, and it went viral. And the amount of attention that he got from social media and Twitter and on Instagram was overwhelming, to say the least. But essentially how this all happened is when he lost his vision, we carried on trying to find him somewhere where he wanted to play football, because he refused to stop playing football. That's all he wanted to do. And we took him down to, you might not like it, but we took him down to Tottenham because they had a visually impaired.
Where?
Yeah, I know.
Where? It's all good.
It's a healthy rivalry. But we took him down. I took him to Arsenal as well, but the setup wasn't as good as Tottenham's, if I'm being completely honest.
Yeah.
So we took him to Tottenham, and there so happened to be a coach there called Ollie Monksfield, who was the professional England coach for blind football.
Okay.
And he took one look at Mikey, and the next day he called me up and said, Mikey's very talented. He'd never been trained professionally. I mean, we took him to this one session.
Yeah.
He'd only played at home with me and his little brother Angelo. So he was like, from his perspective, it was like he's never been trained professionally. He's obviously blind, completely blind, and he's able to control the ball and dribble and shoot the way he was able to do.
How did you learn that? I saw that. I saw the video. I saw your ball control.
Yeah.
I mean, your ball control is exceptional. Is that just through lots of practice?
Yeah.
Just never giving up. Never giving up. We just always wanted to play football every day, right?
It's unbelievable. Like I saw all that ball control. I saw the video with you and Ian Wright.
Yeah.
We hit the top bins, right? And then Ian Wright messed it up. By the way, he tried to do the same thing and shanked it. But no,
Ian Wright did score, by the way. Just not first time.
No, this is to say that he didn't score. But no, it was really impressive. And has that just come through lots of practice?
Yeah, literally, he just wouldn't stop. I mean, every morning he'll wake up and
go downstairs and then just play football.
Every morning he'll wake up and all I can hear, like downstairs when I'm getting ready, is just the ball. And you've like this ball here is heavy. So like his thighs have grown in the last. His thighs have grown in the last year. It's a really heavy ball. It's got aluminium plates in it and ball bearings.
Let's have a look at that ball, because is this like a sort of special? So it's what's that noise in it?
It's the belt, like ball bearings.
Ball bearings. So it's got aluminium plates in it. So it's heavy because it's designed not to leave the ground.
Yeah. A bit like futsal sort of.
Yeah,
balls,
but if that ball hits you in the face, it will break your face.
Oof.
Like it's really heavy, so it's designed to stay on the floor.
Yeah.
So he's playing with that every morning and smashing the house to pieces.
And there's another ball that I play with as well.
Yeah, but so he plays with another one without. So when he shoots, because this is a size 4, I think, and at his age, you should only be playing with a size 3. So when he's doing dead ball situations, because the ball doesn't actually have to move, he just needs to know where it is and he can shoot it.
Yeah.
So when he's doing dead ball, like penalties or free kicks, he just uses a normal ball. But with dribbling and skills, he needs something, because he solely relies on his hearing to locate the ball and acoustics of his surroundings.
So like if somebody's like passing you the ball, you can just sort of hear it. You can kind of.
Yeah, I can just control it properly.
There's
I
loads-
sometimes control it with a Rabona.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
on his Twitter and his Instagram. There's loads of videos of him doing skills and
Yeah.
on it, when he says Rabonas, I mean he literally executes it like a professional with the blindfold on as well, which
We got the blindfold here.
Yeah.
So,
So-
what? All the players then that will be playing will be wearing one of those.
Yeah, so this
Yeah.
it's a professional requirement because there are blind football players who have, although they're classed as blind, they still have light and shadow perception,
Yeah.
which can give them a slight advantage in terms of if they see a shadow, then they know someone's there.
Yeah.
So the reason this came about was because they found someone, I think, cheating a couple of World Cups ago, where he had a
Yeah?
little bit of vision.
Oh, okay.
Although he was blind, you know, he had that light perception, and it gave
Yeah.
him the slightest advantage. So now it's like a professional requirement at international level to wear this. Well, they wear patches over their eyes.
Yeah, they wear
Then they wear
sellotape pants.
protection over their noses and their cheekbones. And then that.
Oh.
Yeah.
So when you got that on there, you can just sort of hear.
Yeah.
But even then, it'd be really difficult because I wouldn't even know which angle it's coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a skill, it really is. I mean,
Wow.
obviously they train hard. You know,
Must be
and-
so much practice involved.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
his one-to-one training is to do with spatial awareness. So it's not
I
even.
went last night.
Yeah. So sometimes not even with the ball. So even last night, you know, the coach would put down pads on the floor, and he'll just say, right, number one, and he's got to try and find where number one is, number two, but
Like
with the
run to
blindfold
it.
on. So it's
Okay.
all about spatial awareness with
It's
and without
hard.
the ball. A lot of it is without the ball actually, because being
The
on a
spatial
pitch,
awareness.
obviously not being able to see
Yeah.
with four other players, because it's five-a-side. You need to know where you are, where the other players are, where you need to get back to. So a lot of it is spatial awareness.
Now you were saying to me that Mikey was actually he had sight, well he was born with sight, and that
Yeah.
this is something like a disease that has deteriorated over a period of time.
Yes. Yeah. So he was born fully sighted, and me and my wife took him for a random eye test when he was around 6 years old. Not because we noticed anything, purely just, you know, any parent would do that for their child, you know, hearing, eye test, etc. So we took him for an eye test. They told us something wasn't quite right. We couldn't quite believe that because, you know, he could still read and write, play football at his local club, do everything a normal, you know, child would do. So we took him to a specialist. They didn't quite understand what was wrong with him. And after further testing, a few months later, we received a diagnosis of a disease of the retina, which is like the light-sensing membrane at the back of your eye. And it's a degenerative disease that basically closes in like tunnel vision until you go completely blind. But even when we received that diagnosis, he could still actually see very well. And he was still, and this was a few months after that initial eye test, and you know, he could still see very well. But after we received that diagnosis, you know, we did start seeing things, and then from that point to about a year later, so between 6.5 to 7.5, he lost his vision completely. Like it was very, very rapid. And the doctors actually told us at the time when they gave us the diagnosis that this disease varies in terms of the length of time it takes to deteriorate. But typically it takes decades. It could take 1 or 2 decades. So we didn't quite know what the end game was. You know, we didn't know whether it was going to be 10 years, 20 years, whether he'll go through school, whether he'll go through uni, being able to see. And like I said, he lost it in about a year. And even Moorfields were astonished at how quickly he lost, from being almost perfectly sighted to losing it in losing it in a year. They couldn't quite believe how quickly that happened. So it was a shock to obviously the family.
And
we're trying to deal with it.
despite that, you've not given up on your dream, right? And you just continue playing football.
Yeah.
Did you at no time feel that, oh, this is gonna stop me, or you just like, I'm playing?
Yeah, I'm playing.
So
I just carry on.
That's right, yeah. Never stop. So I like, you know, football and maybe even Arsenal as well has been like a therapy for, especially for Mikey, because it gave him something that he had a vision, although he wasn't able to see, he had the vision of, right, I want to do this, and nothing's going to stop me, and he's a great example of that. But also, as for me and my wife and our family, you know, it was a therapy for us in that there was something that we could all focus on and, you know, take pride and joy to see. I mean, naturally as a parent, when you hear something like this happening to your child, you know, he used to love playing football, so he was at his local club, and when he started at his local club, he was more or less perfectly sighted.
Yeah.
By the end of that season, he lost practically all of his vision, and the club told us that, you know, that for safety reasons, they wouldn't be able to, for not just his safety, but obviously all the other children as well, that they wouldn't be able to accommodate him, which is obviously completely understandable.
Yeah.
But, you know, he carried on in terms of, although that devastated us, he wouldn't stop, and he wanted us, you know, he didn't tell us to go out and find, but we were like, right, as parents, we want to find somewhere where he can carry on playing football, because when we heard the news and we knew that he lost his vision, from my perspective, I thought, am I ever going to see my son run around kicking a ball again? You know, so when I heard he was losing his vision and he was still attending his local club, I was taking as many videos as I could on my phone, thinking that is this the last time I'm going to see him play football? You know, it was quite a surreal thing to go through. And now, being here, you know, scouted to play for England, and videos of him running around with that amount of ball control and shooting a ball with a blindfold on as well, just to kind of prove to the world that, you know, he isn't sighted, is an unbelievable thing. You know,
It's inspirational.
It's unbelievable. Like,
It's
you know,
inspirational. And you know, the fact that, you know, one day you could be running out and playing for England.
Yeah.
You know, wow. You know what I mean, that's amazing.
It's an unbelievable story.
You know, with the Arsenal thing, I know you're a big Arsenal supporter. Who's your favourite player at Arsenal?
Aubameyang.
Aubameyang.
Yeah.
And then what position do you play when you playing?
I play up front.
You play up front?
Yeah.
So do you play very similar to, is your style very similar to Aubameyang's?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just loves scoring goals, isn't it? Like Aubameyang,
Yeah.
just shooting and scoring. He loves it. Yeah.
And you've actually got to meet some of the Arsenal players. It was Socrates you met.
Yeah, Socrates.
Sure.
Oh yeah, look, I've got his signature at the back there.
Turn around there? Oh yeah. Socrates on the back there.
And Ian Wright as well.
Ian Wright has signed it as well.
And I've met Alan Smith, Kevin Campbell.
Yeah?
Yeah. And Ray Parlour.
Wow, wow, wow. What did they say to you?
I don't remember what Ray Parlour said to me, but I remember because that was at my first game. That was at my first game. That's why.
Yeah.
And I was about 5 years old.
2005, I think, and you know he was sighted then.
Yeah.
So
2005.
I think it was 2005, wasn't it?
I wasn't even alive.
Sorry. So, when you were 5.
He's full of vibes, isn't he? He's full of vibes, right? Now listen, you know, I don't know if you realise this, but you are an inspiration right now. And you know, as I said, we're going to put the link in the description to those videos. Watch this kid. Watch his techers. you ever thought of starting a channel, a YouTube channel?
Yeah, I've got quite a few videos.
You've got a YouTube channel.
Oh, you got a YouTube channel?
Yeah, so I try and upload all of his footage and.
Yeah, so we're going to put your YouTube.
appearances.
Yeah, we're going to put the link in and that. Yeah, because yeah, you. I think you should be posting regular videos and showing people what you can do. And I think you're raising a lot of awareness. Do you know that for all this?
Yeah.
And you're also showing everybody that never give up. Because you know that there's a lot of people out there. Sometimes they, you know, we all have problems, and a lot of times lesser problems than what you're going through, and we'll be moaning. Oh, my back's hurting me a little bit. Oh, I can't be right. But you know,
Sounds like me.
Yeah, but I'll watch your stuff and I'll be like, what am I moaning about? Look at this kid, man. He just gets on with it. He's all he wants to do is play football, and he's super talented, and he's letting his talent show.
Amen.
Inspirational, right? So you got to keep that up, and we want to raise awareness for this, don't we?
Yeah, of course,
is there any cure? Is there any cure to this?
So there's no cure at the
No.
moment. It's
But there might be.
well, it's a degenerative disease that there's currently no cure for, so it's irreversible. But there is, you know, advances in, you know, in this field in terms of like inherited retinal diseases that are being done. But in terms of Mikey's disease, we know what it is. So it's a rod cone dystrophy, is what it's classed as. But there's no cure. We don't actually know what's caused it. So the hospitals haven't been able to find the gene, the defective gene that's caused this. So, but there are advances being made, and we just hope and pray, you know. So all of this kind of these TV appearances and you know YouTube channels and things like that is, from my perspective, is just to raise as much awareness as I can as a parent, in hope that someone around the world sees it and is inspired by it, works in this field, and comes forward and potentially can help us in finding a cure for Mikey. I mean, that's my sole aim in life now.
Brilliant.
So.
And anybody who's watching this who would like to help with this, right, and you know, please get in contact, and we'll pass on your contact details and that. You know, that'd be brilliant. And Mikey, what about Arsenal this season? What do you reckon? Any chance of winning the league? Top 4? What do you think we'll do?
Well, I think we'll get top 4, but I don't think we'll win the league.
No.
Maybe next season.
Maybe next season?
Yeah.
And do you like the new manager?
Yeah, I like Emery.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What would you like about him?
You love his style of play.
Yeah.
You love the new kind of intensity that he's given to the team in terms of pressurising and pressing other teams.
Yeah.
Okay, and listen, right, sometimes, right, Pierre-Emerick, he does watch some of our videos.
Oh, yeah?
Right, especially some of the stuff we post on Instagram and that, right? So, do you want to send a message to him? Do you want to send a message to Aubameyang?
What shall I
We'll try and
say?
get it to him.
What do you want to say to him? If he was here, what would you say to him?
What would you say to Aubameyang if he was sat right here in front of you right now? What would you say to him?
Do you want to meet him?
Yeah, I want to meet him.
You want to meet him?
Yeah.
All right.
Give him a high five.
Let's go on to give him a message. Give him a message to Aubameyang. Give him a message for the rest of the season. What you'd like to see him do.
Play well.
Be top goal scorer.
Be top goal scorer. Well, he is already.
Oh yeah, he is. But he's got to keep going.
Yeah, he's got to keep
And
going.
he's got to win, get us back into the Champions League.
Yeah.
That's what he's got to do for us, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, Pierre,
And win it. And win the Champions
There
League.
you go, Pierre, and win the Champions League. Not many demands
not
on
this year.
you.
Next year. Not in the Champions League.
You're more demanding than Emery.
Yeah, but look what he's gone through. He sets his targets high.
You set the bar very high, and I like that. I like that about you. And listen,
Tell Aubameyang nothing's impossible. If
Yeah,
you can do
nothing.
what you do, then he should be able to get us into the top 4.
No, hold on. We didn't win the league.
Well, I think we're a
Yeah,
bit,
maybe that is impossible.
we're a bit way off at the moment.
No, listen, the team's playing well. Who knows? Who knows? Right?
Yeah.
Nothing is impossible. You've proved that. Listen, I want to thank you very much. I want you to keep up the good work, right?
Thank you.
Keep checking in on us, right, and telling us how you're progressing as well.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Right, and can't wait to see you in that England shirt.
Can I also just say as well that when his the video was posted on Twitter, there was quite a few Arsenal Fan TV lads who retweeted it. So Graham, who was very nice, Graham, Lee Judges, Troops, DT, Kalechi, they all retweeted it.
I met Troops. Oh.
Yeah.
You met Troops?
Yeah.
At the Liverpool game.
Yeah? Did you understand anything he said?
Yeah.
What did he say to you?
Oh, he goes, you're a baller, my G.
He was talking about that for a whole week. He loved it. But
Listen,
no, Troops were very nice as well, yeah. All
Thank
of them
you
were lovely.
guys very much for coming in today. And as I said, we're going to keep checking on you.
Yeah.
We're going to keep checking on you. We're going to keep checking on your progress. Right? And we're going to put all the links in the description to his videos. And as I said, anybody who would like to get in contact with us, to speak to these guys, to, you know, we want to raise awareness of this, please do so. And Mikey, thanks once again. And thank you very much as well for coming in.
Thank you, Robbie. There you go.